Munashe Matambo now joins us via our Skype line from Harare to give us the latest in as far as the Zim elections go. Thank you very much for your time this evening. It's 5 days to go before the United Nations Rights Office said on Tuesday that voter intimidations, threats of violence, coercion, including people being forced to attend political rallies are being increasingly reported ahead of Zimbabwe's elections on Tuesday, especially in the rural areas. How true and widespread are these reports of this violence and intimidation?
I think that these reports of violence are false, in the sense that, in my view, these elections are the most free and fair post-Mugabe era. I think that the Mnangagwa administration has tried to ensure that these elections are peaceful. I hail from a rural part in Zimbabwe, and people are freely discussing politics. And I think that it is opposition propaganda to say that there is voter intimidation. People are freely going to rallies without any intimidation in Zimbabwe.
Are you so sure that there is no intimidation? What makes you certain? Because these reports continue to come out of Zimbabwe, most especially in the rural areas.
As I said, I think that this is opposition propaganda. The Mnangagwa administration, in my view, is trying its best to ensure that these elections are free and credible, because there is need for Zimbabwe to re-engage with the international community. So I think President Mnangagwa is doing his best to ensure that Zimbabwe re-engages with the international community. So this issue of voter intimidation, in my own view, I think it's false. People are going to Mnangagwa's rally through their own free will, not through intimidation.
Well, certainly, whether or not these reports of intimidation are true, we could argue that all night. But I really want to delve into the issue around the fake news that is coming out of Zimbabwe. And social media has certainly been the vehicle and the driver for the spread of fake news and rumors. What do you make of the media in Zimbabwe, official media that is? Do you think they've been given the room to report factually and freely, free of fear?
I think that the independent media is a bit objective, but in my own view, the state media, in my own view, is making some false allegations. For example, 2 weeks ago, the Sunday Mail made allegations that Nelson Chamisa, the president of the MDC Alliance, is in bed with Grace Mugabe, the wife of the former president. They were making allegations that Chamisa had promised Grace Mugabe to make her vice president, which I think is not true. So in my own view, the state media, in a way, is biased, but the independent media is reporting things as objective as they are.
Well, thank you very much, Munashe Matambo. That is where we'll have to leave it. We are out of time. He was joining us from Harare via a Skype line. It is time for us to take a quick break. Do stay with us here on The Globe as we bring you more news when we return.